Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to Sana's Space. Hope you're all good. Today's video is all about putting yourself first, how to put yourself first in 2022 and not feel guilty about it. Of recent, I've been seeing a lot of people working on themselves, showing how they're working on themselves, showing us how 2022 is going to be the year where they kind of see the fruits of their labor. This year is going to be big for them. And I know people always say that every year, but I feel like people are genuinely taking action and believing in it. But with that said, I know that there's so many of us where putting ourselves first is genuinely a struggle because we're so used to putting other people before ourselves. And I feel like naturally I'm someone that 10 times out of 10, if you ask me for something, chances are I'm going to say yes. But now I feel like I've kind of trained that out of myself, so that when someone asks me for something or asks me for a favor, I'm really listening to hear what it is before deciding whether I can accommodate to it or not. Not that you've gone and said yes out of not wanting to look bad or not wanting to feel guilty, or gone and fast up yourself and said yes, you'll do something for somebody else when 5 minutes later you have something else that you rather do which is beneficial to you. So yeah, I thought I'd just make a quick video on some tips on how to put yourself first. And by the way, putting yourself first doesn't make you a selfish person. It doesn't mean you're being selfish. It just means that you're prioritizing yourself as much as you prioritize other people. So yeah, I'll be breaking this video down into 3 main parts. The first being why a lot of us don't put ourselves first. The second being why it's important to put yourself first. And then finally, some practical steps as to how you can start putting yourself first. So yeah, I'll cut the intro here and let's just get into it. So why do so many of us not put ourselves first? Like, why is it that other people always come first? We always sacrifice what we've got going on for other people. Yeah, why? So there's 2 things that I can genuinely think of. The first being when you're too nice or too selfless. You're so used to helping others that you feel guilty for spending time on yourself. Or sometimes you might be like me and you might just be a yes by default person, and then sometimes you don't realize that that could be at the detriment of yourself. You know, when you're constantly in a habit of always putting other people's needs before your own, what it does is subconsciously makes you deprioritize yourself, and hence there never comes a time when you actually put yourself first. The second is not wanting to accept the way your life is now. You know, the harsh reality is many of us might not end up putting ourselves first because right now you feel like life isn't doing too great for you, life isn't too sweet the way you thought it was going to be 5 years ago. You know, you haven't got that dream house, that dream job, that dream lifestyle, or you do have it and you're just genuinely not happy. So why is it important to put ourselves first? I feel like the main reason is to take better control over your own life, and that way you can take all of your passions, all of your hobbies, all of your interests a lot more seriously. You know, putting myself first actually allowed me to think about all the things that I'm interested in and, you know, start to plan how I can become the best I can be at every aspect of my life. I feel like a second reason is to prevent you from becoming regretful or resentful later on. If you're constantly in this habit of putting others before yourself, you can end up missing out on big opportunities because you're too busy always being someone else's helper, when what you could potentially have might be more important to you. And that can, over time, lead you to regret helping out or become resentful towards that person that you've helped, even though it's not their fault because you didn't prioritize yourself. So, you know, maybe you have a job interview next week and you need to prepare, or it's currently exam season and you need to study, or there's this event coming up which is good for your business to network, but instead you're too busy helping a friend paint her room, or promise somebody else that you'll go brunch, or just so many different things that you're doing instead of prioritizing yourself. And now you not putting 100% into your priorities could cost you that job, or could cost you that grade, or could cost you that big next opportunity. Another reason is decreased stress. Trust me, when you start putting yourself first, when you put yourself first, you no longer have that issue of feeling guilty or living up to promises that you said you'll fulfill. And to be honest, you end up feeling more genuine when you are helping people because you know you've actually carved out time to spend with that person. Okay, so finally we come to the tips. So the first of which is to evaluate your life and set goals. It is important. Be real with yourself and actually sit down and understand, even write it. You know, what are you actually not happy about? Is it just your career? Is it just your lifestyle? Is life stagnant for you? Just actually think about what you're not happy about and how can you change it. Okay, the second part is to set boundaries. So once you've got those goals, you can use those goals to actually set boundaries. You know, if you're too busy going to class, or too busy applying for a job, or you're too busy having you time, you can actually use those goals to set boundaries. Because when you do have these goals, there's only a certain amount of time that you can dedicate to others. And so when you are dedicating time to others, you know that you're not doing that at the detriment of yourself. And the final tip is to learn to say no. To be honest, I won't lie, I'm not there yet, but I can write no. If someone asks me something via text, I can write no but to actually say it, it doesn't even sound nice when I say no. So maybe I need to work on that. But if you kind of follow the other steps in terms of like kind of setting goals, evaluating yourself, setting goals, and then kind of having those boundaries, you can kind of use those goals as an excuse as to why you can't prioritize them over yourself. And then eventually you kind of end up saying no with your chest. So yeah, those are my tips on how to put yourself first, in 2022. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching my video. Subscribe for more, comment if you've had any issues putting yourself first, or you genuinely struggle with that, or struggle with saying no, things like that. I'll see you in my next one. Stay blessed. Bye.